are back with more CT Sports Now on Vantage Sportsnet. Wow, we go from one big group to an even bigger group. We have another state champ coming in. What a great story this has been. The Foran baseball team. Guys, you ever expect to be sitting in a studio talking about your state championship if you go back to the early part of the spring?
No, probably not. Back in early mid-May, I don't think any of us on the team really thought we'd be here.
Well, I tell you what, let me introduce everybody. So last week we talked to Garrett Walker, the head coach of the Foran Lions. Brad Huber, you just heard from. Justin Lanise in the middle, and Anthony Turles on the outside, but certainly not last, but certainly not least. And guys, you know, the number 32 is where you started at the state tournament. Must be your favorite number now, right? That's the seed you got in because you only had 7 wins and you had a lucky lottery ticket, right?
Yeah, the number is going to be retired at Foran High School from now on.
Well, you know, it's funny because you were in here, Coach, talking about going to the state championship, and we said as you were leaving, if you guys win, you got to come in. You said, if we win, I'll do whatever you want. So you were true to your word. You came back in. Let's talk about some of the memories, some of the great moments from that state championship game, guys, because it must have all been like surreal, right? It must have all been like this dream sequence going on until that final out was recorded.
Who wants to go first?
Well, right in the beginning, definitely before the game, we were talking about getting out ahead, and I believe we did that in the first inning, especially with Justin's home run. Definitely gave us a little sense of comfort, because I can tell you we were all nervous, definitely going in, especially being there our first times for most of us.
And the Bats home run in the first inning, you had big hits 2 or 3 days earlier at the Dunkin' Donuts Park. You had 16 hits. The Bats just seemed to come alive. Am I right, Justin, in the postseason?
100%. They came alive right when we needed them the most. It helps when you have a leadoff man that gets on the majority of the games, and once we get that first man on, we always seem to hit him in.
You guys, a lot has been made of the fact that you get in, after a 7-win season, you get into the postseason, and then you do what you do. Did you guys have to kind of put that out of your minds once you got in, and once you're in the tournament? Did you guys have to put that out of your mind and say, we belong here? Now you're playing North Haven in the finals. North Haven, a team you're familiar with from the same league. Was there some kind of method to that, or was it just play one out at a time?
I mean, absolutely, but getting in as the last seed, it takes a lot of the pressure off. Everyone's doubting you. They don't think we got to roll over when we play Foran, but we wanted to come out, play loose, play our game, and just do what we do best.
Coach, I know a lot of coaches will use the us against the world as motivation. Did you do that? Was that?
To tell you the truth, not really. The game's about these kids. I wanted to keep it that way, so we didn't really use us against the world as much as it was us for us. We always used to say, play for the boys in blue, since we were on the road every game. And kids really bought into that. It was something that brought us together and really trying to turn the corner for us mid-season.
Where did you come up with the boys in the blue? Where did you come up with your motivation to get this team? Once you knew you were in, your dad was a coach. Your late father, you played for him. Did you look back? Did you try to access what he had taught you and what others had taught you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of my coaching style is derived from him, but I've had good coaching influences, my entire life through football, basketball, colleagues. So I kind of like to emulate a whole bunch of things, but at the end of the day, we believe in hard work, and everything we seem to practice kind of came true at the right times, and we're here on this show with you fine gentlemen.
Well, fine and gentlemen are debatable. But is there something you can pick out, any one of you guys, to say this was the best part of this?
Obviously, winning was probably the best part of it. Just showing people that we can play with all the other teams in the state. It means a lot for the program and to us. Just shows how far we came.
Now, you guys started 1-7. When, I don't know if it was at the end of the regular season or the beginning of the postseason, when did you suddenly feel that click, that turn on where things felt different when you got to the field every day, that you were going to be competitive, if not win? When did you feel that?
Well, I think we always knew that we had a good group of baseball players, and starting off, it didn't really show that, going off 1-7, 1-11. We knew that there was a group in there that could get us going. And I think towards the latter half of the season, we definitely found that. We ended up winning 11 of our last 13, and it just goes to show that there was a good group there.
Brett, this is a state championship for you in baseball, and as a I don't know about the other guys, but as a multi-sport guy, did this baseball team lend itself to to the camaraderie and fighting and being together more so than some of the other teams?
I mean, absolutely, especially with all the adversity that this team has gone through, being 1-11 and really sticking behind each other, always being there for the guys, picking each other up when they make outs. It's a really tight knit family. It's almost like a group of brothers.
Coach, you have to be able to use this as motivation in years to come. I know you don't want to ever start off 1-7 or 1-11 again, but
that depends.
Yeah, well, right. You'll take it, sure. But you have to be able to use that. Hey, guys, you never give up. You never stop playing because you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they live the real life fairy tale. Sports movies will never live up to what these guys, experience, but it does serve, the purpose of, hey, we're down, but you can't catch that up. You just got to come to work every day. You got to grind away and do what it is that is going to give you a chance to succeed in life.
Well, you guys were part of a huge day at Palmer Field. We heard, and the Staples guys in here talking about their win over Amity High School. You guys champs over North Haven.